I think that Tyson Fury, win or lose against Usyk, is finished at elite level after this fight, assuming it goes ahead. And the reason I say that is because Fury hasn't looked after himself well physically over the years. Yo-yoing up and down in weight, putting a tremendous wear and tear on his joints, etc. when he's out running, when he's having to lose, God knows, 50, 60 pounds going into a camp. I think that combined with the very tough sparring that he's doing in the gym with all these young guys who are trying to take his head off, and also the emotional toll that boxing can take on you. I mean, I've never seen Tyson Fury so enraged going into a fight as he was at that kickoff press conference for the Usyk bout. So, yeah, all of these things combined lead me to think that this will be his not necessarily last hurrah in boxing, but I guess it depends on if he loses and how badly. But even if he were to win, I think this will be the last great effort we'll ever see from him. After this, I don't think he's got any more of these types of training camps left in him, the type of intensity of training he's going to need to do to try and compete at this level. I think it's going to be beyond him, beyond this fight. Now, we know that Tyson Fury said that if he beats Usyk, he's going to vacate all the belts and just keep the WBC because, of course, the WBC give you carte blanche to cherry pick, avoid tough fights, only giving you mandatories once in a blue moon. They do that with so many of their champions. And so I think Tyson Fury is anticipating the fact that he may not be able to train as intensely and as hard for every fight as he's intending to for this Alexander Usyk fight. And therefore, he's aware of his own vulnerability. The fact that even if he gets past Usyk, somebody else might take him out. You know what I mean? We saw against Francis Ngannou that he isn't necessarily consistent when it comes to how hard he trains for fights. So, yeah, I think he's done at elite level, win or lose against Alexander Usyk. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the fight. You know, I think Tyson Fury is going to be very motivated, especially given how poorly he performed against Ngannou. I think that the rage that he showed at the press conference for the Usyk fight was indicative of how much he believes he needs to win this fight for his legacy, to restore his reputation, so on and so forth. I've never believed that Fury would be this monolithic champion that would go on for years and years and beat all the contenders out there. I've never believed that. I don't think he's good enough. First of all, even in his prime, I don't think he's good enough to do that. I think the division is too stacked with dangerous talent. And for two, as I say, he is a guy that's got a lot of wear and tear on him, a lot of tough fights, tough sparring, yo-yoing up and down in weight. And for three, he's 35 years of age. So he's up there. He's no spring chicken. If he beats Usyk and carries on, then he's going to be very careful about who he fights, as he has been for a lot of his career. Very careful about which risks he takes. He's obviously been paid a massive amount of money for this Usyk fight, an amount that he just couldn't turn down. And also, I do think the pressure from the public after he avoided the Usyk fight for so long got to him eventually. And I think that the knockdown that Usyk suffered, you know, whether you think it was a low blow or not, the knockdown that Usyk suffered with that shot against Daniel Dubois also encouraged Tyson Fury to go ahead and take the fight. I think it was a number of factors. But should he beat Usyk, I think he'll go back to what he was doing before, being very careful about who he fights, etc., etc. Maybe you will see him fight AJ. Depending on how AJ looks in his next fight, that could be the end of Tyson Fury. If AJ continues to improve and Fury hangs on to one of the belts, we might see AJ actually beat him. Because again, I don't think Fury's going to be the same after this fight. I think the wear and tear in this training camp alone is going to take years off his career. So let me stop repeating myself, leave it there, and let me know what you guys think.